We are the hospital crew right now. We all have injuries. We've got a group of very curious cows on the other side of the fence. They look very curious. I wonder if I could pet them. They decided that they are not as curious as they thought they were now that I've approached the fence. Well, that was disappointing. Not the most ideal place to camp. Working with what we got. It's public easement this way, so we can't camp on that side. The grass is very sharp with a lot of sharp things, and there's a lot of comments about it ruining tents and sleeping pads, so I'm here on the side of the road. I'll make it work. So yesterday I had a mishap. Right here, it's kind of hard to tell, but this is hugely swollen, a big lump, and it's a big bruise showing up. I fell and scraped my leg, and it definitely hurts. Yeah, I've been trying to elevate it today and take some anti-inflammatories and stuff. But, you know, just another day in the life of a hiker that has lots of mishaps. Our first rattlesnake of Wyoming, dead on the road, but it's really cool getting to get up close to see it in more details, but it's definitely been killed by a car. We have been walking on roads for days, just like dirt road in the middle of nowhere with minimal shade. It's been a lot of roads. My leg has actually been doing better. The swelling went down. It doesn't hurt as bad. It's still scraped and there's still like bruising, but overall it's made a noticeable improvement. We actually just saw our second car, our truck. There was one that passed by when we were taking shelter underneath some bushes for some shade yesterday, but it didn't stop. Later on we heard that coffee break had gotten some Trail Magic water from the truck. The last water source that we had, a lot of people were commenting about the water being nasty or tasting bad. It just tastes vaguely of minerals to me. It was fine. But we packed up with a lot of water and we've been carrying it knowing that this was going to be a long section without water, but we're doing fine. We got plenty of water. And then a truck just pulled up asking if I needed any water, which normally that would sound great, but I'm already carrying enough water. I hope that isn't a mistake and I regret not having more water, because I'm kind of hoping to find some shade to take a break, but I'm not seeing anything. And there's not a cloud in the sky tonight either. Pronghorn down there just ran across the road real fast and took off into the shrubs on that side. That was pretty cool. It's really hot outside, but I found a tunnel with some shade. Joker and Mona Lisa are out there. This is the best spot I've found so far. I just had straight up liquid diarrhea, and I'm concerned there's more coming. I'm really worried about the last water source now. A lot of people were saying they didn't like it, but I thought it seemed fine. But now I'm questioning it, as my insides are getting very upset. But I still have another 8 miles of hiking, and this is my only water. I know that red man who decided to take a longer route to get to our planned campsite before he parted ways with us had done so 3 times. So I hope this isn't my turn. Hope we're not all getting sick. But then it could have been from another water source, like if it was Giardia or something like that, or who knows. Sometimes it could take longer to hit, but yeah, I have no idea. No clue. This is the Rim Lake Recreation Site, parking lot, boat landing, and there's the lake. There's no water. It's just like minerals and picnic area, but hey, you know, the lake, there's fishing regulations on the board. I don't think there's fish down there. Currently road walking. So Joker, Redman, and Mona Lisa and I got to our kind of planned campground at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. That was a little bit too early for me to camp, and it was still hot out. Like the whole area was just covered in poop, cow poop, and then like bird poop everywhere. It was really gross. It was a mile from the highway, like a side road that would go there. And we heard that sometimes they'll get Domino's will come out to deliver, but they wouldn't deliver for us. Mona Lisa tried calling and tried to convince them if they have an employee that's going to come off shift, if they'd be willing to drive out some pizzas, but we just wouldn't hear back or whatever, so that didn't happen, and ended up sitting around for a few hours, like feeling antsy, feeling like I need to do something. And Coffee Break and Critter are in town. They both offered me a place to stay. So now I'm road walking into town. The trail, I'm told, was, well, let's say it was 2 miles of hiking to do the road walk. And then the CDT is just out there somewhere, and loops back into town, but apparently it's like covered in trash, and it's just a road walk anyways. So I'm like, what difference? This is just a different road that I'm walking on. And the CDT actually does meet up with this highway anyway, so like I'll be walking on this highway anyways. So I'm currently doing that. Like it would have been so easy to get here earlier this afternoon. I mean, now like the sun's going down. Goodbye, sun. To get here earlier this afternoon, if I just done a little bit more miles each day. I mean, I've been doing like around like 25s every day, but like we keep ending earlier and earlier, and like part of me is like, oh, I could rest, but also it's like, oh, I can go another 5 miles so easily, like wait before dark and still have plenty of time to eat. So I feel like I've just been sitting around camp a lot, and I could have made today a lot easier and actually got some town chores done and everything, but at this rate I'm gonna roll into town around 10 p.m. But I don't know, I was just too antsy. I couldn't just sit at a campground covered in poop. Also, I'm like hungry and I want some real food. We've been talking about real food and pizza for days. I need some pizza, and I miss Domino's. So that's where I'm at with that. This is also a terrible terrain to be brown blazing in. That pond water that I mentioned absolutely made me sick. I've been having liquid shits every hour or so, and it's been terrible. Like, I had to drink 4 liters of that bad water, and I'm paying for it. But it was like, drink the water and have diarrhea, or don't have water at all. Either way, the water that I was able to get at the picnic area a little bit ago was good. It's not making me feel ill. It didn't have a smell. It is significantly better. My Garmin says 27.3. That's the highest I've done on the trail so far. I'm definitely gonna hit 30, that's for sure. Well, I just made it into Rawlins. But something I'm noticing is it says population and elevation. So all of the towns in my area always say population because the elevation is close to sea level. But something I noticed that was interesting in Colorado was that all of the town signs just have the elevation on them. It's like just the elevation that matters. But it's interesting that in Wyoming, they seem to have both. This is kind of exciting. I've entered the town in the dark, so it's a whole different experience. Honestly, hiking this late has been really nice because it hasn't been like miserably hot out. So there's actually train tracks above me, so this is a pathway that goes under the train tracks. This is pretty cool that they got the CDT symbol right on the sidewalk. I am loving that.